To say that this meeting with Charlton Athletic was long awaited is something of an understatement. The first time the two had faced each other in a league fixture in almost 15 years was celebrated by Millwall and Charlton combining to support the Street Violence Ruins Lives campaign in support of the Knox and Mizzen families. As the teams took to the field, a crowd of 19,000 were in good voice in spite of the chilly conditions. Once the preliminaries were out of the way, it was a case of sit back and enjoy a real Christmas cracker. In spite of their poor away form to date, Millwall were on fire from the start of this game, and Steve Morrison's persistence paid off as he scored the opening goal. A feature of Steve's play throughout the season was his willingness to chase down lost causes, and once again he got his reward. The second goal was also scored by Morrison, and this really should have put Millwall in the box seat. Yes, that was a right footer from Andy Frampton, and when it came back off the post, there was Morrison, a real poacher's finish. With Millwall then coasting, albeit in the first half, suddenly a refereeing decision or two changed the picture completely. Andy Frampton claimed that he got the ball in that challenge on David Mooney, but referee Mike Jones had other ideas. In spite of the defender's protests, it was a penalty kick. Even looking at it again in slow motion, it's not clear that Frampton played the man rather than the ball. It was Dion Burton who had the responsibility from the penalty spot, and he reduced the arrears. If the referee's decision earlier was controversial, the second was bewildering. Some comedy defending from the Lions contributed to their own downfall, but once the ball had rebounded from the post, in comes Jimmy Abdu to make a fine challenge. Much to his dismay though, not only is Mr Jones pointing to the penalty spot again, but he shows Jimmy a red card. The fact that that decision was later rescinded was of no consolation to the Lions, because they were down to 10 men and facing another penalty. Burton again was entrusted with the responsibility, and he sent David Ford the wrong way. Into the second half, and in spite of a man disadvantage, the Lions were still on top for long periods. But Charlton then produced an excellent goal to take the lead for the first time. As the cross is headed out, there's the volley coming in from Nicky Bailey, and David Ford has no chance with that whatsoever. Millwall continued to show great resilience in the face of adversity and deservedly levelled on 78 minutes. The move started on the left-hand side with Dave Martin. Now watch him as he continues to drift across. Alan Dunn gets to the byline and whips the ball in. At the second attempt, there's Martin from the acutest of angles to make it 3-3. It was certainly a long run, but Dave wanted to go all the way to celebrate with the 3,000 Lions fans behind the goal at the other end. You certainly couldn't take your eye off this one for a minute, and Charlton found themselves in front once more with just 6 minutes remaining. Steve Morrison, yes, it was him, but in the wrong end this time. He just couldn't see that ball coming, and it looked as though Millwall's best endeavours would go unrewarded. Into injury time, and would there just be one more chance for the Lions? The move starts out on the left-hand side with Jack Smith. Steve Morrison battles for possession, and eventually the ball worms its way clear to Danny Schofield, who keeps his head and drills low past Elliott into the bottom corner. Charlton 4, Millwall 4. What a remarkable game. Let's just have one more look at the goal that certainly made Scully a Millwall hero. There's coolness personified as he fires low to give Millwall a well-deserved point.
Yeah, I felt it was a good performance. I mean, I talked before the game to our players about, you know, some of our away performances, or most of our away performances, have lacked some sort of competition, commitment, a bit of spikiness and passion, and you can never guarantee a result as a footballer, but you can guarantee a performance. And you know, we've had some pretty limp performances away from home. That wasn't the case today. We competed all the way. We played some good football. We were a threat to Charlton, and in terms of the actual performance, I was pleased today. It was more like one of my teams, and it was more like ourselves.
Just goes to show the character of the team and the desire and commitment on the goal. On my equaliser, I think Steve caused problems with the two centre-halves like he did all game. I thought it was brilliant, and the ball just kind of dropped for me. Sort of faked to shoot, the defender's gone to ground, took it round him, and then first off looked to square it. I didn't really see no one clear, so I just sort of hit it hard and low, and I think it just sort of crept under the keeper. I think we deserved that point, definitely. Maybe deserved all three, but probably looking on the overall point was well deserved. Massive game, something we can build on now for the next two games.